the standard answer was something that was sort of technocratic. You know, Shakespeare doesn't matter, the humanities aren't that important. We have the sciences, we're making enormous progress in the sciences, we're building a particle accelerator, SLAC, et cetera, et cetera. We have, you have all this sort of cutting edge scientific research, and that sort of fundamentally is what the university is about. That's what shows it's on track. That shows what it is valuable. And there is sort of some way that we have to always ask this question about the sciences and the technologies, how they are doing. And the version of the question that I have come to ask over the last 15 years about, is the universal question is about the progress of all these things. How fast are science and technology as a whole progressing? Is the sort of propaganda, the STEM propaganda, accurate? That we have just sort of exponentiating progress, runaway progress, things are getting sort of, it's just dizzying how fast things are improving. Or is it perhaps quite the opposite? And so if one could show that the science and technology areas are actually pretty weak, that the so-called crown jewels of STEM are not actually delivering the goods, this strikes me as a decisive, crushing blow. It's like, humanities, we all know, are ridiculous. STEM, but if STEM is ridiculous, there is just nothing left at all. And this is the idea that I've explored in sort of a variety of formats over the last 15 years. There's sort of a, it's very, let me say, it is very hard to evaluate this stuff in general, because one of the other problems of the postmodern university is that it's extremely compartmentalized, it's extremely specialized, and you're supposed to only be able to comment on these things after half a lifetime of study. And so we have ever narrower sets of guardians guarding themselves, to use the sort of corrupt Platonic metaphor. So you have the string theory people telling us how wonderful string theory people are and how everybody else just has bad math genes and can't talk about it. We have the cancer researchers promising us that they will cure cancer in 5 years, which they've been doing for the last 50. We have on and on in all these sort of hyper specialized areas. And then the question is, how much progress is actually happening? The sort of indirect intuitions I have on where it seems very, very slowed are things like, if you look at things like the economy, the standards of living among younger people, the younger generation doesn't seem to be doing better than their parents. This is sort of very odd in a sort of context of massive generalized progress. There's sort of a question, how big are the breakthroughs that are really happening? There's the definition of technology.